I now request our beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. M.S. Modithaya, to deliver the presidential address.
Esteemed Chief Guest of this function, Dr. Anand, the Chief Executive Officer of Dakshin Kannada Jilla Panchayat, Guest of Honor, Dr. Shisha Bhatt, the Managing Director of Akanksha Charitable Trust, my colleagues, Mr. Sach Kiran Shetty, Professor Smita, some of the heads of institutions who are participating in this event, members of our teaching fraternity, invitees, and my young student volunteers who have volunteered to be Grantha Mithras. Of course, you are Grantha Mithras, otherwise you would not have come to this stage. But then, appreciating the fact that real India is not the India wherein you are living, and rural India is the real India, and believing that we need to do something to help rural India to come to the level of the other developed India. That's very great. And I am told by Dr. Smita that nearly 50 to 60 students she had to send back, because so many are interested and we can't accommodate all of them to be part of this particular, I would say, kind of revolution. It's very important for us to believe that as India has become the 5th largest economy in the whole world and poised to be the 3rd largest by maybe within a very short span of time, 6-7 years, we should believe that real India lives in nearly 640,000 plus villages of this country. And therefore, all the educated have a responsibility to believe that education is not just for, education is for learning. Learning is not just for earning. It is little more than that. The learned has also a responsibility to teach others and motivate others, especially in rural areas, to be the friends of books. It is rightly said that if you can have a good friend, nothing like that. If you have many good friends, great. But then, if you have only few friends, you need not worry, you have friendship with books. You have many Grantha Mithras. Alright? Real learning need not be by experiential learning, it can also be from learning from others' experiences. And after all, what are books? Books on any subject for that matter are the essence of someone's experiences in life. Okay? Possibly you would have someone who has read, let's say, Future Shock, written by Alvin Toffler. Somewhere in 1970s he had written. Many of you would have read that book. And I am, every now and then I quote him on many contexts. One of the things that he said is the illiterates of the 21st century will not be those who can't read and write, but will be those who can't learn, unlearn and relearn. So, continuous learning is essential for everybody, and that is possible only when you fall in love with books and you become a Grantha Mithra. And when you become a Grantha Mithra, you also would like to, whenever good experiences you have visited a good restaurant, then what do? You tell your friends, hey, that's a good restaurant, why don't you go there? You have seen a good movie, you tell your friends. Similarly, if you have read a good book, see, all the youngsters have, many a times we have this kind of a conflict. Okay? Now, I am okay, but my friends are not okay. Alright? Many of us believe that I am okay, you are not okay. But can you go to the world wherein you will say, I am okay, you are okay? Now, even when you say, you are okay, I am not okay, you will develop an inferiority complex. And you will go back, pull back. Okay? And finally, you might reach a stage where you may commit suicide. Suicidal tendencies might come. So what is required in a society? In a society, everybody should believe that I am okay, you are also okay. I am okay, you are okay. I am now just trying to introduce a book to you. Alright? I am okay, you are okay is a book written by Thomas Anthony Harris, very famous book. If you get an opportunity, please read it. Your life would change and you would change many others' lives too. Because believing that you are okay and others are also okay is a very important thing. And similarly, sometimes you wonder why people behave in a given way, especially in administration. Anand would agree with me. Okay, we have a goal, all right. We want to make use of all the resources. Say, if you are talking of university, in such a way that we reach towards excellence in higher education, research and extension services, argument's sake, for a university. Now, I can't do this alone. I need the cooperation of all the heads of institutions, all the functional directors, all my faculty members, all the students and so on. But then, that is not easy to achieve. And many people will play different kinds of games. Alright, and you have to manage. You should ensure that they all work towards the attainment of the same goal. One may say, it is almost like, in a tug of war. A very simple example is to be given. If there are two parties in a tug of war, you can imagine during sports day, you play that. And in your team, if two people pull towards the other end, it is very easy to lose, isn't it? And that's why, how do you ensure that games people play are in the favor of the organization? Please read a book. Again, I am telling about a book. This is the title of the book. What is the title of the book? Games People Play. Who has written that? Eric Berne. Have any of you read that? Games People Play. Alright? Now what I am trying to tell you is, as Mahatma Gandhi said, he had very clearly, several occasions he has said, books must be your best friends if you want to reach the pinnacle of success in your chosen field. All need not succeed in the same field. We have wonderful people like Anand, he is in one field. We have people like Dr. Bhatt, he is in another field. He is representing state, he is representing the voluntary organization. There may be someone in the private sector. Your path is fine, but the perfection is something that we need look out for. And if that has to be done, you need essentially be falling in love with books. You need read a lot. That gives you a lot of experience. We can learn from others' mistakes and the good deeds. And that journey is going to be very, very interesting, enjoyable. Life is very short, my dear friend. You should listen to me very carefully when someone with a grey hair says this. This is a very short journey, and therefore, if at all you have to make it interesting, if at all in your pursuit of excellence, if at all you have to remain focused, others' experience you should take into account. And make a difference to the society by going to the society, by helping others. And this is a wonderful program. And the state and the voluntary agencies in development, there are actually three agencies. Okay, the state, namely the government, and then the voluntary sector, namely civil society organizations, and then the private sector. The private sector always has a self-interest. The state has noble objectives, but in itself it may not be in a position to do anything unless the state joins hands with the voluntary sector, civil society organization. So there is a great combination. And even university is a voluntary organization for that matter, civil society organization for that matter, or non-profit organization, by whatever name you call it. Okay, so we need come together. For me, this is a very unique program. Of course, I had some other commitment. There was a Japanese delegation in the university. I changed the timing and I said, I told Professor Shashimar Shetty I will be there just to ensure that we respect our guests, our partners, and this mission we appreciate. And I'm sure all our enthusiastic students will have a great opportunity to go to villages and be the change agents there, and be the change agents and be the change that you want to see. And with that small note, I once again thank Dr. Anand and his department, and also Dr. Bhatt for having agreed to join hands with the university. And I wish all the best to Shashikiran Shetty and our other colleagues who are taking up this venture very, very seriously. And I congratulate all the students who have volunteered to be the volunteers, not by any force or anything like that. And I wish that you enjoy your efforts to bring changes in the villages, and making reading a big habit, and also being with them. Sometimes you can even give small lectures to them, to inspire them about your own professional success, and wish the program all the very best. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.